Wall Street Journal, today's Wall Street Journal.
Okay, what is
Millennials kickstart the housing market, right? So first word for me is target, right? Whether it's the millennial or anybody else, the baby boomers on the other side, we have to have a target. But let me read this. All right, it says the U.S. home ownership rate rose in 2017 for the first time in 13 years, driven by young buyers who overcame rising prices, tight supply, strict lending conditions to purchase their first home. So despite no inventory, right, despite pricing, these people are still buying. Yeah. And they drove the market to the highest ownership 2017. Wow. Okay, that's something to really pay attention to. The annual increase marks a crucial turning point because it comes after the federal government reined in bubble-era policies that encourage banks to ease lending standards to boost home ownership. So what are they talking about, right? 2000 through 2005 or 6, whatever it was, where the bank said, the government said, hey, we want home ownership at 100%. But despite all the regulation that they put in, this is what, people are buying, right? This time, what's driving the market is a shift in favor of owning rather than renting. Right, so for all you SFRs, and that's not a bad word, single family resident owners. So if we read and we have conversations with some of these people that we're running into that have a lot of single family homes as investments, maybe the conversation is, hey, the market's kind of shifting. The demand that we've had for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, right, where you can, your property fair market value for rent was 2,000, you get 25 because, right, demand. That might be shifting. So they might want to sell, do a 1031, buy some units instead, leverage out their cash flow, right? Instead of having one empty. The largest home buying generation since the baby boomers, millennials. We have got to contend with this group. The millennials by far are the largest group. They dwarf the baby boomers. This market on market, there's no government incentive program in sight that is having an effect. This is true, and that's why when Carlos, this is not right around my opinion, right? We had the presentation about the cycle. I think we have a big window in front of us. I call it 5 years. I can be totally wrong, right? Because this is driven by pure, raw buying power. It's not being driven or pushed by free money, free loans, and anything else. So these are exciting times. So what we're left with, they say, is back to the basics, right? Whatever that means for you, right? But we're back to the basics. What I'm trying to get at is we got to educate ourselves as to what's happening in our space. We have to figure out, who our target is. We need to stop. We already know how to sell real estate. And if we don't, and I think somebody who's been in the business for 4 months already knows how to sell real estate. It's just a matter of your skill level, right? Your skill set. Where are you at in that process? Embrace what's happening. Target your market. There's tremendous opportunity that is, I call it organic. It is organic power that we have out there. This is not the government. The increase we've had is not government related. It's solid buyers. Dave, you're a lender.
But back to what Greg was saying in that article in regards to the millennials, right now my refinance that I have closing this month, he's only like 30. He's refinancing. I just did a pre-approval. Right now, they are looking at buying a purchase price of over $550,000. Millennials that are 26 years old that are working at City of Hope and one of the hospitals. So all these millennials that are coming out, they actually are getting jobs that are going to be able to, well-paying jobs that they're looking to buy. They're looking to buy, and they're not looking to buy the 250 going all the way out to Riverside or Rancho. They're actually looking to stay here in the area that they grew up in and buy, and they're gonna make it happen. A lot of them are having a little bit of trouble with the down payment, but they're saying, I'll wait 3 months. So that's gonna go back on what? Our follow-up and our campaigns to follow up with them in 3 months, because with the amount of money they're starting to make right now, they'll have it in about 2 months.
There's tons of opportunity, right? So go back to your plans. Get excited with what you've written, right, before the beginning of this year. Tomorrow's day number 1 of month number 2. Let your goals excite you, and understand that all around you, opportunity's there. It's just what are you going to do about it, right? So let's do it.
Let's do it.